Is Africa conquered? If you look around enough, the answer feels like yes. Because once upon a time we were divided, invaded, and colonized. Our golds were stolen, our people sold, and our lands renamed. Even after independence, the chains never really left. They just changed shape. Berlin, 1884. When men who never touched our soil sat around a table to slice Africa like a loaf of bread. No regard for tribe and culture. Our lands were just lines on the map. Suddenly we woke up in countries we did not choose, with leaders who were trained to obey the same systems that broke us. Yes, history says conquered, but is Africa still conquered? Maybe not with guns, whips, and chains, but with debt, trade deals, and with the mind. Countries lining up to give us loan not because they love us, but because every loan is a lash. Every deal is a doorway for hidden and premeditated plans. They build our roads but take our resources. They build our ports but control our trade access. They construct our railways but chain us with interest rates that our grandchildren will still be paying. And while they play chess with our future, too many of us still play checkers with our dreams and shake when we see the white. Please, why? But here is the truth the world does not like to hear. Africa is not dead. Africa is not silent. Africa is not conquered. Look at the sound of Afrobeats shaking stadiums in London, New York, and Tokyo. Look at Nollywood telling stories the world can't imagine. Look at the tech hubs in Lagos, Nairobi, and Kigali, where young people are coding a new future. Look at our food, our art, our fashion. The world literally copies what we carry naturally. If Africa was conquered, why are they still trying so hard to cut deals with us? Why are they competing for our markets, our minerals, and our minds? Because even in our weakness, they still see our strength. Yet the strong can't see it because the narrative they paint tells us we are weak, beggars, and hopeless. So young Africans, come closer. Let's talk some sense into each other. The only real conquest left is my mind, your mind. If you keep thinking small, Africa remains small. If you keep waiting for Europe or America to validate you, you will die waiting. It is already playing out right inside our nose. The continent is rich, but we are poor because we don't believe what we have is enough. Remember the widow's oil? She said she has nothing except a little jar, and that jar paid her debt, saved her family. Africa is like that widow. We keep saying we have nothing, but our oil is everywhere. In our people, in our lands, in our ideas, and in our minds. Here's the truth. The oil only stops flowing where she stops pouring. If we don't pour and deploy our gifts, if we don't innovate, our oil will stop also. So what do we do for ourselves? Number one, build local solutions. Can we stop waiting for imported answers? Let's create our answers from agriculture to tech. Creating what works for Africa by Africa. Number two, let's value made in Africa. Can we change the mindset when we hear local, don't hear inferior? Support Africa brands, wear African fashion, eat African produce. Number three, invest in skills, not just certificates. Education is good, but do you know it's only skill that build nations? Learn coding, AI, design, agriculture, machines, things that create values, not just things that consumes values alone. 4. Collaborate, don't compete. Instead of tearing each other down, let us build together. Rwanda is proving unity works. Imagine 54 nations united in trade and innovation. Wow. 5. Demand accountability from leaders. Stop worshiping politicians. They work for us, not we for them. Call out corruption. Vote with wisdom. Let's push for systems and not savior. So, is Africa conquered? History says yes. Economy might say partly, but destiny says no, because a conquered people does not sing like we sing. A conquered people does not dance like we dance. A conquered people does not rise after 400 years of slavery, colonization, and exploitation. Africa is not conquered, it is becoming. But here is my final question. Will we still be conquered? It is left to me, it is left to you, not just the government or leaders. The real question is personal. Will you still be conquered? Will you still let your mind remain in chain? Will you still wait for the West, or will you create solutions? Will you wait for the West, or will you create solutions here? Will you shrink, or will you dream? The continent is waiting, and Africa's future is in the hands of its children. It is in your hands and it is in my hands. Think about it.